Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius.
And Aušra Motuzaitė Pinkevičienė.
We have over 25 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 652 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by James. He writes that he is struggling with sitting down and learning a new repertoire. With all the performances and recitals I've been doing, it's hard to set aside time to learn new things. So James is our YouTuber friend, and he plays very frequently both recitals and new videos, records new videos. Do you know what I'm talking about, Ausra?
Yes, of course I know. He is very prolific.
Yes, and we've been chatting with him, and he wrote this question, especially when he was playing a lot of live recitals, both in his church and on YouTube as collaborations and solos. At that time, he was struggling to learn something new because all the pieces on his programs, or most of the pieces on his programs, were repeat things. Right, Ausra?
Yes, I guess so.
So, do you think a lot of organists, prolific concert organists, struggle with this?
Probably yes, but I think you still have to find time to do it. Maybe, to perform publicly less, and instead of that, to learn something new. It depends what is more important for you, but after a while, if you will play only the old repertoire, probably you will not improve as much as you would if you would learn also a new repertoire.
For me, it was the opposite, actually. I would learn a lot of things, new things, but struggle to put all of them in a recital. I remember at the moment when he wrote this question, I was thinking that it's quite the opposite for me, because I wasn't playing many recitals at that moment, but recording a lot.
So basically the truth lies somewhere in between of these two extremes.
Well, probably you're right, and it's interesting. What is your take on this? Do you struggle more with gathering programs for recitals or learning new things?
Basically, I'm struggling most at finding time to sit at the organ bench and to play something, especially now when the spring came.
What's so special about the spring?
Because I have extra work to do at school, as always. But I hope that, when the June will start, of course, I will still have working, but I will have more time to practice and to learn something, or to finish some pieces that I have started learning.
Such as?
Such as C minor, Bach's Prelude and Fugue, which I have actually played more than 20 years ago, so it's basically like a new piece for me.
BWV 546.
Yes, and then to learn 6 pieces of Jean de Monsieur.
Oh, 6 chorale preludes from the cycle of 12.
That's right.
And who will play the rest of this?
Of course you will. But, I'll give you advice for you and for James, for both of you. Because if you don't have enough time, for whatever reason, like to learn new repertoire or to perform more, I would suggest you to chat less with each another. I think you would have plenty of time.
You referring about our friendly chats in the morning?
Yes, of course.
But you see why it is important? He is my colleague, not only friend but colleague in a way that we both are doing similar things. And
Internet organist, you mean?
yes, virtual organist. And we could add to the bunch crypto organist as well, because he is also very active in the crypto currency world. So if I'm just sitting down and playing alone, preparing for my repertoire and recitals, it's kind of lonely. There is not so many people to talk about because regular organists are different from us.
Okay, you don't have to defend yourself against me. I'm supporting you anyway. Actually, I really like when you talk and chat with James.
Why? I know why. Because then I leave you alone, right?
No, it's just good for me to know that you have a good friend.
Ah,
That way you talk less with me about crypto
that's
and
what I
all
meant.
that everything.
That's what I meant. Well,
I wish Australia were closer to Lithuania.
I wish they would open their borders first. There is no possibility to ever going to Australia if they keep borders closed.
Well, with pandemic developing like that, I don't think it will be very soon when we will open the borders. What now is happening in India, for example.
I hope all our subscribers and listeners are keeping themselves and their families safe,
Yes, I hope so too.
staying indoors and practicing. That's why having an instrument at home is so important right now.
As this pandemic showed, yes, it's crucial.
Imagine we didn't have Hauptwerk, for example. Yes, we have pipe organ, little two manual, two rank um, practice organ at home. But of course, if we wanted to record on this, and I was recording previously, of course, but then everything sounds so similar with those two flutes.
Yes, but at least you could, simply practice, learn new repertoire to keep in a good shape.
Yes,
I think it's still much more than many people can afford to have at their homes.
oh, that's totally true. Because all of our organist friends from Lithuania, or most of them, they need to go to church to practice. And churches were closed, for a long time. I guess now you could go to a church, but you still have to travel to church. That's the risk too.
Sure.
I know only a few organists from Lithuania who have organs at home. Very few. I think it's more popular abroad.
Yes, for example, in the United States.
So going back to James's question about learning new things, my also advice is to keep a good balance. Maybe schedule your recitals with programs that you are currently learning, right? For example, you could learn a new piece every day or a part of the piece every day, and this piece could be recorded, let's say, every day or whenever you feel comfortable. But then your repertoire grows, and in a few weeks you will be ready to play a small recital.
Well, that recording every day, I don't think is such a great idea because it doesn't help you to learn like major pieces. Because what can you learn in one day? But I think what I could suggest that you always will be working at least on one major piece of organ composer.
In addition to...
Yes, and I think on a long run you would still learn it someday. Maybe not, in a week or two or three, but maybe in a month or two.
Right. This week, actually, I was struggling with Trio Sonata number 1 by Bach. And of course, this is a major piece. I would never dream to learn all 3 movements in one day and record it. But it's part of my upcoming recital program with you, right? Where you will be playing C minor by Bach and De Messiaen. And I will be playing this Trio Sonata and the rest of the De Messiaen preludes. So I was struggling because even the first movement is a long one and quite complex, virtuosic, 3-part writing, polyphonic style. And even though I made a video of mastering this piece in 8 steps, obviously I was not able to master this piece in one sitting. I needed, I think, 3 days to record it. The first day I did a video, and the second day I attempted to record it, but was not entirely successful, and the third day I was finally successful with the first movement. So it took only 3 tries, 3 sessions, long sessions for me. So every 3 days I would record probably a Trio Sonata movement. That's good, right?
Yes, very good. Too good, actually.
But that's I don't know if it's sustainable. But there are only 18 movements or total, 6 sonatas. So, but it's a good project. But very, very strenuous, like a marathon. So you have to find something that works for yourself, obviously, right, Osha?
Sure.
With your life obligations, life and work balance, and if organ playing is not your main job, it's a hobby, right? Or for example, if you are a full-time church organist, but learning new repertoire is not really required. You could get away with a simple prelude and postlude or improvisation even, with very little preparation and a bunch of hymns, which you could actually sight read. So then if you do this for a long time, you will not learn anything new.
That's right.
So keep in perspective your long-term goals then. Thank you, guys. We hope this was useful. This was Vidas.
And Ausra.
Please send us your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching, and practice materials for every area of organ playing. Thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, and improvise or compose your own music, and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Patreon and get free CDs.
Find out more at patreon.com/secrets of organ playing.